And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. So do me a favor, we're getting there. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, keep those comments coming, and share with your friends, because the stupidity, the insanity, the sheer lunacy of what's going on is boundless. Karoline Leavitt, she held a press briefing, and she must have been in a badass mood, because boy, was she snappy. I mean, she began by introducing The Bulwark, a pro-democracy media company who was given the new media seat. Their reporter was quick to ask about Trump promoting his crypto coin. Play the clip.
New media seat today is Andrew Egger, the White House correspondent for The Bulwark. The Bulwark is a new media company launched in 2019 with hundreds of thousands of readers on Substack and more than 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Andrew, please kick us off, and thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Caroline. The president posted another ad this week for his Trump meme coin. The group that's running that coin is encouraging people to buy in order to win a dinner this month with the president. Why is the president planning to attend a dinner for the top investors in his coin?
Look, the president is abiding by all conflict of interest laws. The president has been incredibly transparent with his own personal financial obligations throughout the years. The president is a successful businessman, and I think, frankly, it's one of the many reasons that people reelected him back to this office.
There are at least some people who are buying this coin who seem to view it as an opportunity to influence the president's views. There was a logistics company this week that said they would buy $20 million in the coin in order to advocate for free trade between the U.S. and Mexico. If buyers are buying for that reason, are they wasting their money?
Look, I can assure you the president acts with only the interests of the American public in mind, putting our country first and doing what's best for our country, full stop. That's his intention, and that's what he's focused on. Kristen, good.
Wow. He's a businessman, he's successful. No, idiot. He's the president of the United States. Get that through your peanut head. He's the president of the United States. There's a reason why they make presidents divest of their interests. And it's for exactly this reason. Even if it's just the appearance of an impropriety, it's wrong. It's wrong. No other president before Donald has done this. It is just wrong. Meanwhile, another reporter then asked Karoline about Trump's trip to the Middle East, hinting at the Trump organization's business that's going on there. I mean, Karoline's reaction was intense and, most importantly, and sadly, completely false. Play that clip.
Natalie.
Thanks, Caroline. Sure. I have a question about the Middle East trip. Will any of the president's family members, like including Don Jr., Eric, or Jared Kushner, be joining him on the trip?
I am not tracking any of the president's family members joining us at this time, but of course the first family is welcome to come. I hope they would. They're great people, great to be around, but I'm not tracking them on the manifest.
And given that you noted he is a successful businessman, do you know if the president has any plans to meet with any of the folks involved with any of the family businesses over there, or see any of the sites that are going to be
Not to my knowledge, and let me just get to the premise of your question that both of you have raised. I think it's frankly ridiculous that anyone in this room would even suggest that President Trump is doing anything for his own benefit. He left a life of luxury and a life of running a very successful real estate empire for public service, not just once, but twice. And again, the American public reelected him back to this White House because they trust he acts in the best interest of our country and putting the American public first. This is a president who has actually lost money for being president of the United States. I don't remember these same type of questions being asked of my predecessor about a career politician who was clearly profiting off of this office. That is not what President Trump does, and this White House holds ourselves to the highest of ethical standards. Phil.
Thank you.
Wowzers again. Let me be clear, because somewhere along the line, Caroline, you're missing this from your talking points. Donald Trump has made over $6 billion since becoming president-elect. Over $6 billion. I know his finances better than you, and I can tell you at no point in time were his assets ever greater than they are today. Meanwhile, Karoline casually announced that regardless of any trade deals that Trump makes, there will be a 10% baseline tariff. Play that clip.
That the 10% baseline is going to still be there at the end when all of the other details are ironed out?
The president is committed to the 10% baseline tariff, not just for the United Kingdom, but for his trade negotiations with all other countries as well.
Permanently, even after the deals are done, like that is going to remain?
The president is determined to continue with that 10% baseline tariff. I just spoke to him about it earlier. Stephen.
She really is in a pissy mood, huh? because then a reporter asks about the dismantling of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, where, again, Karoline snaps at the reporter. Play the clip.
Karoline, yesterday the administration appears to have started dismantling the Consumer Product Safety Commission. This is the federal agency, an independent one that does recalls and is responsible for product safety. Does the administration not believe that it's important, to keep toys and cribs? I mean, you're a young mom off of the product of the market.
It's a federal agency within which branch? It's the executive branch. Who's the head of the executive branch? The President of the United States.
Created by Congress.
He has the right to fire people within the executive branch. It's a pretty simple answer. Francesca.
Wow. Seriously? If you don't want to be there, don't be there. You're not obligated to do these, but you know what? These are all fair and legitimate questions. What question do you want? What did the president have for lunch today? And did he enjoy his burger? I mean, what question would you not be snapping at a reporter? Look, it gets even crazier. It gets even crazier with Karoline. Reporter asks her what Trump hopes to gain out of talks with China. But before I actually show you the clip, I want to show you what Trump was posting himself this morning on Truth Social about China. Let me read it for you. In it, he turns around and he says, China should open up its markets to USA. Would be so good for them. Closed markets don't work anymore. He also goes and he posts, 80% tariff on China seems right. Up to Scott B. Okay. And finally, many trade deals in the hopper. All good, great ones. Serious. Now, let me show you the clip. Play it.
So on those China talks, what does President Trump expect to come out of those talks? And is he going to be disappointed if his team can't secure a deal?
Well, look, the president is very confident in his Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, and of course, Ambassador Jamieson Greer, who has played an instrumental role in all of these trade negotiations as well. I think yesterday's success, the announcement of a trade deal with the United Kingdom, is a great first step. Again, many said in this room it couldn't be done. Now we are moving forward with many other countries. We're talking to dozens of our trading partners around the world. But of course, China is a major country, a major player in this space. And the president has said, and he's right, China needs the United States of America. They need our markets. They need our consumer base. And Secretary Bessent knows that he's going to Switzerland this weekend with the full support and confidence and trust of the president here at home.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal response. Karoline is then asked about Trump firing, get a load of this, fired the Librarian of Congress. Play that clip.
The president.
Question, the president fired the Librarian of Congress. Why did he choose to do that?
We felt she did not fit the needs of the American people. There were quite concerning things that she had done at the Library of Congress in the pursuit of DEI and putting inappropriate books in the library for children, and we don't believe that she was serving the interests of the American taxpayer well, so she has been removed from her position, and the president is well within his rights to do that. John.
It's incredible. She's just waiting, desperate that someone's going to ask an innocuous question about Trump's lunch, because nothing else does she actually want to really answer. Meanwhile, another reporter goes on and asks if Trump had a response to the comments that came to light from Pope Leo. Play that clip.
One other question. Yesterday, we saw the news of the new Pope. Before Pope Leo became Pope Leo, there were some critical comments that he made about President Trump and about Vice President Vance on his then X account. Does the White House have any reaction to those comments?
The president made his reaction to Pope Leo's announcement yesterday very clear. He is very proud to have an American Pope. I think it was a surprise to everyone. I saw the news media was surprised to report on that yesterday, but it's a great thing for the United States of America and for the world, and we are praying for him.
Great. Meanwhile, way to answer that question. Finally, reporter then asks Karoline, boy, she's getting pissier and pissier throughout this entire briefing. They ask Karoline about the federal judge that ordered the release of the tough student. Play that clip.
Sure. Go ahead. No, in front of you.
Thanks, sorry. Thank you, Caroline. Does the administration have any response to the news today that a federal judge has ordered the immediate release of Ramesa Ozturk from detention, and particularly his comments that the government submitted no evidence other than an op-ed that Ozturk wrote last year?
I will have to check in with the Department of Homeland Security on that particular case, but I think our overall feeling, we've made quite clear that lower level judges should not be dictating the foreign policy of the United States, and we absolutely believe that the President and the Department of Homeland Security are well within their legal rights to deport illegal immigrants. As for visa revocations, the Secretary of State has the right to do that as well. It is a privilege, not a right, to come to this country on a visa. But I'll check in on the specific case. My office will get you details. Sure.
It's also called due process, my friend. All right? You just don't have the right to grab somebody, deport them because, I don't know, some fake policy, some idea, some concept of a policy. Look, this is the danger. The danger is when you have somebody in Karoline Leavitt's position who goes ahead and spews misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation. In fact, if these journalists were true journalists, they would pick themselves up and walk the fuck right out of that briefing room and say, until you're going to actually answer the questions, until you're actually going to give us legitimate facts as opposed to your snarky comments, we're wasting our time. And you know what? Watching these briefings is a complete and total waste of time. It's why I say, help me to build this community so big that we can put an end to this bullshit. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.